Hello, sorry I don't get it. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to try this. Seeing as I haven't been live for a long time, I'm just going to make sure that this works. I do have a Sogo Vivian, yes I do. She is in rescue mode. Question is, do you want to see her now? It's good to see you. Sorry I don't get it. I haven't seen you here before. Fantastic, you can hear me. Awesome. Hello. I don't know, I can bring her out and show her to you if you want, because I do have her. It just means I need to move away and bring her out. Are you new here? So sorry I can't see you? Or sorry I don't get it? Sorry about that. Multitasking is hard. Well, I'm so happy to have you. Thank you so much for being here. I am in southern Spain. I don't know how much you know about my channel, but I am in southern Spain. And finally, it's not that cold anymore, although you will see goosebumps, but I'm just a chicken here. And I thought, I haven't been going live for a very long... Yeah, I know, I can see that, but it's a good troll name. I like funny troll names. You know, you've got a good sense of humor, I can tell. I'm just glad at the moment that I'm not typing and chatting with you, because to tag you would be a bit of a nightmare. At least on a mobile. My mobiles don't self-populate. Are you having difficulty with your Sogo? If you like, I'll bring her out. But I do everything in leca and self-watering, just in case you were wondering. If you're looking for a wet-dry cycle, I can do that too. I can talk you through it. And then maybe, if you like, I can point you to a video that I did, what mistakes I made. I find that she's a very slow root grower. I don't know about you. If you have one, what you're struggling with, or if yours is growing well, maybe you can give me some pointers. Oh, that is awesome. So if I don't want you to dox yourself, but are you in, what hemisphere are you in? North, south? Are you in Europe? What location? Don't dox yourself. Because I'm okay to say that I'm in southern Spain, because that's important, of course. My climate is very relevant. Well, that is awesome. You are in orchid paradise. I am so envious. Oh my goodness. I grew up in Kenya, and I started growing orchids in Kenya. High humidity, growing orchids, the living was easy. Okay, so sometimes you're in Moscow. I hope that you go to Moscow when it's not cold there. Oh, very hot Bangkok climate, but you know what? They love that. They love that. They love the humidity. You know that better than I do. And in Kenya, I used to have such high humidity as well. My orchids were all in the trees, in the garden. I hardly had any potted orchids in Kenya. It was amazing. I was down in Mombasa on the south coast. But yeah, this is the first time I'm doing this outside on my patio. So I just thought, seeing as I'm not able to go live as I used to, I really enjoyed talking directly with people. I was going to set up a camera, figure it out, and have a chat also in daylight, because if I try to accommodate different hemispheres, then I'm always sitting in the dark at my desk. It's quite limiting, you know. Did you get your Sogo in bloom? It's the cutest blooms ever. Absolutely the cutest blooms. You know, you can also mount it, but from what I have recognized about Sogo Vivium is that they don't like to grow roots very generously. So even in a leca and self-watering setup, ooh, they are very stingy in growing their roots. Isn't it cute? Oh, I love those blooms. They're so cute. I'm sorry about any background noise. Seeing as you're new here, let me just explain that usually when I film videos, I go on airplane mode. Okay, you grow in a closed system. So when I film videos, I go into airplane mode with all my devices so I don't get any kind of Bluetooth static in the background. Clearly, if I am streaming on my mobile phone, then, which is what I'm doing right now, I can't go into airplane mode. I need the Wi-Fi. So if you hear any static in the background, that is because I've got, people are all using their devices on Bluetooth. And that is a problem here, okay? So it's not like the audio is off, but something can happen. Right here, going that way, towards the hedge, there's an automatic gate where people come with their clickers. That is all Bluetooth stuff. So if somebody opens and closes the gate, the signal causes static in my audio. I found out the hard way. That is awesome. Another thing you might hear if you're wearing headphones is a loud cheep, 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 cheep. That's my cockatoo. He's outside right now. When I finish sorting my lava rock, I'll walk around a little bit, because the idea being that if I can't get to doing my live streams, the summer is starting finally here in southern Spain. I'm hoping to be busy with the orchids, that I then at least can talk to people directly and we can walk around. We can just walk around the patio and have a chat. Yeah, he does. Right now he's in full shade. Hang on a second. Seeing as you're here, let me show him to you, because I did a kind of a jungle gym. Alrighty, here we go. That's him right there. That is Ciliano. So there's a window that I close that goes to the living room, and then all the metal here, I made him a little bit of an outside cage. So he's behind me. And he just hangs out right there. So now you've met Ciliano. That's the quickest way than anybody else has ever met Ciliano. I've always talked about it. I very rarely include him in the videos. I don't want people to think I'm going away from the topic of orchids on my channel. So, tell me about your orchids. No, he's not talky-talky, unfortunately. He's a bit of a silly one. I don't want to say he's not intelligent, because he's probably more intelligent than I am, but he won't speak. He will dance. So those are, what you hear now in the background are scooters. Something when I'm filming videos, I stop what I'm doing, wait for the noise to stop, then continue filming. And in this case, you're getting it all the way it is on the patio. So this is a very noisy introduction to my channel. You have Cymbalina schilleriana. Oh my. Oh, Gigantea and Bellina. Oh, lovely. My schilleriana right now is in bloom. I think that's one of the prettiest orchids. And she's fragrant. I bet that yours is growing beautifully in your climate, huh? I have to have most of my orchids, well, let me just qualify that. All of my orchids are either in leca and self-watering, or lava rock and semi-hydro, because my climate here, now I'm getting about 30% humidity. And then in the winter it gets horribly cold, and I just have a holding space indoors for my orchids so that they don't freeze to death. Eternal Traveler, do you pot your orchids full lava rock? It's good to see you. It works really well in drier times because, first of all, lava rock isn't as cold around the roots as is leca. So it works really well. I can actually control a semi-hydro setup with lava rock very, very well during the winter months. And during the summer months, watering is never an issue, so I can go gung-ho. I absolutely love it. You grow them in leca. Wow, that is awesome. Wow, so, okay. Interesting. I suppose, why not? I bet though that the humidity is helping you out a lot. So just a rundown. Hey, it's so good to see you, Eternal Traveler. I hope you're doing well. What I'm doing here is sorting out what I say a lot in my videos, large lava rock. That's what I'm doing at the moment, because I have some projects I need to do with some orchids, and lava rock is my substitute for bark. So I'm going through the large chunks first, and then I have a lot more containers from medium to small to teeny tiny. Let me see. You leave for Moscow for 3 months. So in Moscow, I hope that you are there for maybe the summer in Moscow. Or do you really like to have such a radical change in your environment that you go, well, it's hot and steamy in Thailand. I am off to freezing and cold Moscow. Why not? Change of scenery. Eternal Traveler, thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. This is a test. I have missed my live streams. I've missed talking directly to people, having an impromptu chat. I also miss being able to show my orchids because I'm always sitting in the dark because of time zones. Now I've got you guys here. This is a time of day that it is now 4:30 p.m. in my climate, and usually I miss, you know, the area around India and where y'all are, you know, Malaysia, Bangkok, Thailand, and all that. I miss that because either I'm going live my time too early, y'all are asleep, or I'm way late because I want to catch Australia. And then, I don't know, it never worked out. I'm so happy to see you, all of you from that area of the world. I really want to target as many people as easily as possible. And if this is working well, as long as my battery lasts, then we're going to be doing this more often, especially probably also we're going to be doing live repotting where I have to stop what I'm doing, you know, because I've forgotten something, but we can talk through things directly. So yeah, I'm going to be doing all of that. Yeah, Australia, yeah, it's late for them, and it's a Sunday night, meaning everybody needs to get up for work tomorrow. So we'll play around with this idea. The fact that y'all are here is awesome. Huh. So it's not boring in Bangkok? Oh, that's why you go to Moscow? Okay. Okay. Hang on a second. Lots of noise. Sorry if you're wearing headphones. But yeah, Eternal Traveler, if you've been watching my videos, you know that my east side is a noisy place. And today I am on the east side of the patio, and well, guess what? I can't stop what I'm doing, so you're going to hear the scooters, the cars, the honking, all of that fun stuff. Like now, broom. It's a very noisy place, and it's only going to get worse as the temperatures get nicer and nicer. Okay, let me see. Let me open another tupper. You've also transitioned to lava rock. Would like to take the opportunity to say you are so welcome. Let me tell you how grateful I am for your feedback, for watching, etc. That is amazing, and that you just popped up on a live stream that I've never ever done before in daylight. Thank you. Yeah, I agree, John Michael. Welcome, by the way. I agree. I love lava rock. It is great for saving orchids. I don't like to do it with orchids that I intend to repot every 2 to 3 years because it is detrimental to the root system. It is so unforgiving. Oh, so when I choose lava rock, it is because I'm about to lose an orchid because I didn't get the leca self-watering ratio right. That's when I then go for lava rock to save the orchid. But I already know what I'm up against when it comes to repotting. But first of all, save the orchid is paramount, and then we can cross the bridge afterwards to make sure we keep our, somewhat save the roots that we've tried to grow while saving an orchid. Leca, to be honest with you, is wicking. Sorry, I don't get it. It has a wicking tendency, characteristic, so it draws water from the bottom up. Lava rock doesn't wick, but lava rock is highly water retentive, So it works in a semi-hydro setup, because while it doesn't wick, when you pour water through the pot or you soak the pot to the level of the drainage holes, the water enters the reservoir and all the nooks and crannies in amongst themselves start to work, and then all of a sudden the pot is damp all the way through. Besides, lava rock has a much more higher humidity retention compared to leca, in my opinion, in my climate. If you're, as you are, in a very high humidity climate, leca will stay nice and damp on the surface because of the humidity. It won't evaporate as quickly, the water. Whereas lava rock, both of those, I find that they kind of intermix. But my leca also absorbs salt so much more and brings it to the surface, which is not good for the roots. So there's a lot more flushing, there's a lot more maintenance with leca than there is with lava rock. That is my opinion from what I've been noticing on my patio in the past years. Yes, I do. In my super dry climate, I need to water them less. Absolutely. And what I've noticed, when my temperatures are favorable and I can actually leave my orchids outside to enjoy some rain, my lava rock doesn't dry out as quickly, whereas my leca dries out super fast. I don't go with white quartz. So we'll just toss that into the universe. Whoop, I almost hit a bird. You think that lava rock has wicking property? It has a water retention property. It doesn't exactly wick, but you know, as long as it works, what we're doing with lava rock, especially and for me in semi-hydro and self-watering, as long as it keeps the pot evenly moist around the roots, that's all I care about. The thing is that in small pots, lava rock will... Hey, Sandy, it's good to see you. In small pots, lava rock will function very, very well. The bigger the pot gets, the lava rock won't wick, whereas the bigger the pot gets with leca, that is when the wicking effect of leca will distribute the water throughout the entire pot. Lava rock, not so much. It'll only go so far. And then if you have a big pot and you want to use lava rock, then if you want the wicking to work, you have to mix in something that brings the water and distributes it around the entire pot. Just, that's my thoughts, that's my observations as to why I don't say that lava rock is wicking. Small pots, Hakuna Matata. Larger pots, ooh, you have to bring something else into the mix to make it work. And that is climate-based as well. If you have extremely high humidity, as is in your case, sorry I don't get it, then by all means, don't add any wicking material into your lava rock until you see how your humidity counteracts the lava rock and how it stays damp at the top. Sorry, I was distracted because normally when I film and Ciliano makes those noises, I stop filming, wait until he's done, and then I continue. You can see how I'm in auto mode here, thinking I'm on the patio, and I need to stop talking because Ciliano's talking. Sandy, it is so good to see you. We are testing something new. Yes, it's a live stream. I've missed you so much, talking to you directly, but I'm doing it via mobile on my terrace so that I can eventually walk around with you guys on a live stream, talk to you, and say, look, this, that, and the other. And if time permits, this summer, it's going to be so much easier than doing videos. We shall see. I'm still working on that. There's no news about employment as of yet. But, you know, I want to be ready for when it comes. I'm going to manifest that. I'm not going to say if it comes, but when it comes. But then I'll be ready with my contingency plan. And why not do it like this? Let me just check my battery. I'm not entirely sure where to see my battery here. Oh, we're good. We're good. We'll see how long the battery lasts. I put it on full before coming out here. Anyway, yes, they would. They love their water. Summer blooming, novelty phalaenopsis. Ooh, they love their water. They're so much fun to grow. Never tried lava rock, would like to try it, but it's hard to get for me. Yep, I have heard that a lot. You know, for years I've had difficulty getting leca that doesn't float, but we had lava rock in abundance. But not in the 90s. Excuse me. Sorry. All of that only just happened in the last 10 years that we are now talking about media that we can work with, whereas the lava rock that I'm sorting right now is from a landscaping part of my garden center. It's not in any kind of media section for orchids. I go to where they have all the rocks and stones, etc., etc. That's where I find my lava rock. So if you have a landscaping business somewhere that does certain things, construction company or something, maybe you can go and see if they would sell you a bucket of lava rock. I don't know if that's something that Canada would have in your area, that you can check and see, hey, look, I grow orchids, you've got lava rock. Can I have a bucket? I don't need anything for the whole garden. I mean, are you going to put, Sandy, Sheila, Sandy, are you going to put gravel into your greenhouse? Because whoever supplies you with gravel, maybe they would know where to get lava rock. Hey, Sheila. It's noisy on the east patio. This is the raw, the wonderful east patio without me editing, cancelling out noise, stopping recording while there's a motorcycle doing its thing. If you hear static, that is Bluetooth static because right now the gate opened. So this is the raw noise pollution of the east patio without any noise cancellation and editing. I'm glad you're here. I do worry about that all the time, Sheila. Hey, it's good to see you, Joshi. Sheila, I worry about that all the time, but it is a necessary evil. When I was growing in bark, I had the same problem. So at the end of the day, unless I am dividing an orchid, or there are some issues around the rhizome where I need to remove leca, unless I've got that problem, I don't even worry about taking all the leca out all the way through. I worry about the base and whatever is around the surface, and let that grow as it may, if you know what I mean. For me, it's not about removing all the dead roots, it's about creating a nice, clean oxygen exchange, gas exchange in the pot again. And if that means I leave some old roots in the pot, that's fine. Eventually they'll flush out, the decay will flush out, and if it doesn't, something will happen in the next go around. I find that the roots that are really, really healthy and good, and they are attached to leca, they actually will just stick to leca and I don't have to worry about them. That's kind of my indicator. Then there's roots that are dead, and that's where the leca falls off really easily. So the root is dead, it doesn't really matter. Good morning, Janina Carlona. Thank you so much for your email. I so appreciate it. Also for your secondary email about how long to do that with the rice water. I have to get to it. I have to do that. I am sorry I have not replied to you with regards to your other emails with how long to soak, etc. But if I'm going to try and save an orchid or two, I need to get to that as soon as possible. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So if you've just come, it's all extremely noisy, and I'm just going to make more noise. If you're wearing headphones, hold on. We are doing this in real time. No editing. But we're going to do this more often and different times of the day. I want to talk to you guys. I've been missing the live streams. It's just been impossible for me to sit at my desk and prepare, because I also prepare the live streams we've done in the past. I don't just hit the live button and then wing it. And that can take up to 8 hours to prepare a live stream so that nobody's sitting there when I'm sort of fiddling around. Well, apart from our sound issues that we had in the early days, awkward. Now we've got sound issues in the opposite spectrum because it's loud back here. It's loud. I've got Ciliano behind me. He chimes in every once in a while as well. So let me just see. 8 hours, yep. when I do my live stream preparation, my material and stuff, I want it all in a folder. I want it ready to go as best as possible. Any technical issues during the live stream, I can't help it. I try to then, you know, work around it to the best of my ability. But to be prepared for a live stream, yeah, I sit about 8 hours. If I'm just reviewing one of my older videos, it takes about 6 hours because I have to watch the video. I have to check and see if I've got anywhere some kind of images that now are contrary to what I said back then. So yeah. And then, of course, it was far too cold. I can't sit at that desk and my fingers are freezing. And I quite frankly got sick of chocolate milk. Hot chocolate, I mean. I mean, I love my chocolate, but oh, there's only so much you can drink. I've blown up like a beluga whale. 5 minutes before. Well, you're lucky. You're talented, maybe. I don't know. I can't do that. I have, you know, I have to prepare like little, you know, I've got the images, check what orchids I'm talking about, where am I going with Google Earth, you know, and if I have anything that I can back up with some articles that I look up online. I like to do that so that people don't think I'm pulling everything out of thin air. I prefer to be prepared. I guess I'm just that, I don't know. I don't want to bore people, you know, that's always in the back of my head. This is boring, this is boring. So, but here you are. Well, unboxing, yeah, I see. I understand that. I wouldn't prepare for that either, apart from getting too excited, and I would be putting typos into my title because my hands are shaking. I just want to do the unboxing, please. Since I've had the channel and I'm filming unboxings, sometimes I have to wait, you know, a whole day because I can't unbox and film at the same time. And in the past it used to be like, what's the temperature, indoors, outdoors, 2 hours later, dive in. Now I have been trained because of the channel now, because I have to wait. The box arrives at 6 p.m. I can't film. So my orchids now get acclimated in the box to their new, at least, temperature. Whereas in the past it was like, hello, itchy, 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 you know. But yeah. How's everybody doing? I know, I'm starting to get brownie, but I look like a workman's tan. Everything apart from my arms is, yes, beluga color. Matching to the physique. And I'm getting goosebumps, can you believe it? I mean, it's nice in the sun, but I don't want the camera to heat up. Let me check the battery, how are we doing? You see, it's so weird. The stream is going great, but it doesn't show that anybody is watching, and here I am, talking to you guys. You leave the funny part to your wife. Yeah, you guys are a great team. You're a fabulous team. We're only going to get a little bit darker, Sandy. This is only just the beginning. And no, I do not wear protection. I mean, if I were to go to the beach now, yes, I would wear protection. But not out here on the patio. And I wear a cap at all times because I've got my mic attached to that, so let the arms do what they may. Let them get red, orangutan style-y. So now I have, you know, the easy part is getting the big chunks out. Now I've got, so this is super large. Can you see this? Let's see. Oh yeah, this is XXL, this is L, and this is like medium. And I don't like to mix medium with small, so I start on the medium next. I start with the large ones, and then if I find the odd candidate that I would deem large, then it goes in there. So that's how I work my way through a tray. And when I'm not talking to you guys, this goes really fast. It's just I'm babbling. And I stop and I look and I check, and you know, it's like if we were here at the table together, everybody stops. Who's next with the margaritas? Okay, okay, you know, that takes time too. Okay, from a gravel pit, and that's okay, because when you, hello, if you wash that, that would work, but not, I mean, is that what you're planning to put on your greenhouse floor, some gravel, because maybe those companies can point you in the direction of lava rock. Not saying to use the gravel, but maybe, I don't know. You see, when I was looking for a top dressing, when the orchid room was doing her top dressing with pebbles, when I was before I found the playground source, but when I was doing the top dressing, looking for it, I was searching online and with our construction companies. Back then I used to drive around. I try to avoid that now. But I went to a construction company and they actually said they would deliver to my home. I said, no, I just need a bucket. And they said, no. I mean, their minimum quota was 250 kilos. And I'm like, I don't need that. I don't know what that is in pounds. I'm sorry. It's a lot. It's like a big bag that they bring it with a crane. Like, I don't need that much. I just want a little bit, you know, my bucket here, that's all. Anyway, those are things of the past. Now I have my playground where I can take if I need. Orchids by the lake. I should do this when I got a bag of them too. I like that leca because it's heavier. My problem with leca is too light. Your leca, I like them than leca because it's heavier. Your problem with leca, it's too light. Too light for what, Joshi? What is it too light for? Too light? Does it float? Then it's the wrong leca, because then that will never sink no matter how much you keep it submerged in water. I've got leca like that. First time I bought leca, I was like, ooh, look, leca, we're going places now. Came home, it just wouldn't sink, ever. Not from boiling, nothing. And I was like very discouraged. I was lucky to find the source that I had. Probably concrete. Huh. I would ask, sorry if you can't hear me, I would ask them, look, I want lava rock. I don't care about the size. For the time being, don't worry about the size, because you can always take a hammer, some safety glasses, put a towel over the top and bash them into the size that you need. I wouldn't worry asking about size. I would just say, look, you guys do this. Do you have any contacts that could hook me up with some lava rock? Maybe they've never been asked, you know. There's been enough lava flowing out of the earth in the past 2 years. Not that that makes much difference for the market just yet, but eventually. Oh, and another thing, if Sorry I Don't Get It is still in here, the difference between lava rock and leca, lava rock is cheaper. At least in my area, lava rock is cheaper. Can you guys hear the birds in the background? Or just the cars? Because if you can hear those birds, oh, it's such a pretty sound. Such a sound of spring. I have a couple of colder nights coming up, so I figured after I finished this, it's time to bring some orchids back inside. Some of them have been glam camping already for the past 3-4 nights. That's been nice. I've only had to bring the really, you know, Dimorphorcus lowii. Had to bring that in, and I kept forgetting. I was already at my desk editing, and I'm like, yikes! And then I run outside, go and get it, and hopefully, oh well, it's already got curly leaves from the winter, but yeah, tonight I have to bring a lot more in. Way cheaper. Yes, that's a good one. You put lava rock. Exactly. That's one of the things where I have a problem, for example, with my wrists. I have to be very careful who goes into lava rock. What is the pot size that I can accommodate and carry, because I don't want to have issues in 3 years to have a beautiful specimen in a huge pot, because in the past I was growing my epidendrums, my Coilostylus ciliaris, all of those were in lava rock. And when my channel started, I had already potted those up in lava rock, and then I realized this is not good because these are vigorous and I'm going to be repotting so much. So I started the gradual transition into leca. It was a nightmare. My Coilostylus orchidea still has lava rock in the center. But anyway, that's a good thing. Trash bag fashion lover, it's good to see you. How are you? Ever wear a plastic trash bag liner as clothing? Yes, I have. It was a Halloween costume. I was Oscar from the garbage can. Meanwhile, Oscar was my partner. He was out of the garbage can. I dressed up as the garbage can. Now, no, I will not wear it now. And please, if you're going to be a troll, be a funny troll, okay? I don't want to cut the live stream if everybody else is having a great time, okay? I'm not wearing, I hardly even show my face on camera, so it's not like there's anything to gain here. So I became the trash bag. I was the trash can, and it was awesome, but we didn't win any prizes that night. It was very easy. It was a super easy costume. It was a little bit warm, but you know, they wrap you into plastic as well when you go into a spa so that you sweat out your toxins. So there you go. I had a wonderful night, and I didn't have a headache the next morning, and I boiled that down to the trash bag. Funny you would come in and say that. That was ages ago. My goodness, I had forgotten all about that. That's funny. One of your videos, lava rock doesn't wick, so is leca. Better for an orchid that needs more moisture and less watering. Pot size and what you want to do with it. But yes, in general, leca is better for an orchid that needs more moisture and less watering. No. Trash that, Janina. One of your videos, lava rock doesn't wick, so is leca better? No. If an orchid needs more moisture and less watering, go with lava rock, okay? I am assuming you are in a controlled environment, so I'm just going to tiptoe my way around this answer. In your controlled environment, then lava rock is better because you don't have to water as much. It retains the water for longer, okay? Leca holds on to water a very, very long time, but also usually the orchids that go into leca that don't need as much moisture don't like to have their roots cold. So leca has a cold evaporative cooling effect. You don't want to do that. Lava rock doesn't have that. Oh gosh, I really butchered that, but keep asking if that didn't make any sense at all. In my climate, being dry, not having any humidity, I prefer leca because of the evaporation that it does have, and that creates a microclimate around it, but I have to water a lot during the summer in leca. So I'm just explaining my conditions to see if you can turn them around for your conditions and somehow make that make sense. Sandy's Orchids. I got a nice sized bag of leca 2 years ago. So you will see maybe the place I got the leca. Oh, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for you. Definitely keep my fingers crossed for you. How is your spring coming along? Are there any signs of it at all? Anything? Any spring? Something? At least crocuses maybe? Sunshine? One layer less of clothing? Because I can tell you, I mean, yes, I'm here in the shade. Guys, I've still got some goosebumps. The shade has still got its cooling. It's a bit chilly back here. It's going to get noisy. No? Oh, that is annoying. You know, this time last year, when I was having a conniption about my spring not being non-existent, yeah, this was impossible spring last year. Remember when I was having my blood rain and all that business? That was this time last year. It was cold. My orchids were still not outside, and mine have now been outside. I'm doing projects with some repots and some things like that. That wasn't happening last year, so, you know, anybody new to my channel and experienced my spring last year, well, if you're thinking I'm just sort of a complaining person, and I do complain a lot because, you know, if things aren't going my way, I start to complain. But Last year's spring was horrendous. None of this is normal. What we're dealing with now, it's normal. The fact that the night temperatures fluctuate a little bit, that's fine. There's still a yo-yo effect. But blood rain and all that horrible stuff, being in triple layers outside, orchids inside and pitch black, It's got a bit warmer. Your cymbidias are back outside. That's awesome. That is awesome. My cymbidium is starting a new growth on a growth that is actually spiking. I'm about to just cut the blooms off and let the orchid start growing. Oh, Sandy! Oh, that's horrible. Oh, and there's no snowdrops, nothing, no little spring, early spring, late winter bulbs showing their cute little heads. I used to love those in Germany. I used to absolutely love seeing the crocuses come out, the snowdrops. I loved that. I purposely planted a lot of them in my garden back in the day because it just gave me such hope. All the little spring, early spring, late winter bulbs. So cute. So cute. The rocks I'm tossing out are more quartz. I don't like those. I have a whole bag of quartz inherited with the property. I've been trying to use that, but don't want to. So, I'm slowing down considerably here. Got to make sure I keep my sizes in check. This is where it always gets a little bit like, should I take this one? Shouldn't I take this one? But it's all worth it in the end, because in the end, when it's done, I just grab from my media bar and off we go. What is this? Some weird shapes in here. Okay, let's go. So the next time I do this, I'm going to see how things pan out. Next time I'm going to do this is not to bore you with me sorting leca, but we'll have a little look-see in the blooming alley, check things out. I like to be on a tripod though, because at least there's none of this focusing nonsense. Hey! Here's Portugal! Obrigado. Thank you for being here. This is the test. This is the test for going live on mobile. While I can still talk to you guys, still be proactive. I've been missing you on the live streams. And now that things are starting to get a little bit congested on the patio, the animals have their time, filming needs their time, that time. I just want to talk to you guys in daylight. And eventually show you stuff. It's good to see you. So good to see you. I hope you're having a great Sunday, Fernanda. Over there, yonder. The one thing about live streams is, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Can you see that? I can't see your comments right now, but can you see that? Look! Cartwheels! They haven't opened yet. That's why I haven't put out a video yet, Fernanda, but check this out. First time bloomer on the patio. Oh, isn't that just a bowl of goodness? I'm so excited. Let me put you back before I drop you. Sorry for the jiggles. You see, there's a lot of apologizing going on because very noisy outside here. I know, isn't that so cool? I wouldn't have shown that bowl if you hadn't shown up. I love the rich colors of those buds. Love those buds of the Platea striata that you sent me, the first one. Oh, that is just so up my alley. I love it. You only have leaves. You sure? Have you checked? You know what? Excuse me. Sorry, you guys. I'll get more efficient to muting. I promise. I'll promise. Thought concept. Oh, yes. I am very surprised that I have buds on 2 growths that aren't exactly the biggest ones, Fernanda. The biggest ones, the more predominant looking ones, nada. So that surprises me. But that is such a surprise, especially the albostriata. Can you believe it? You sent that to me last year and here she is in bloom. I can't believe it. So excited. What is this? Look, what is this nonsense here? What is that? Focus. Que raro. It's an eye staring back at me. If this wasn't freshly boiled, I'd be suspicious. It looks like somebody's tooth, as a matter of fact. Yikes! They are surprising. Especially, and it's always nice when it happens in a good way. My Araguayensis, that was a surprise. That is not a nice surprise. Not at all. I'm very upset about that one. I always, like I say, try to go into things with bravado. It is what it is, blah, blah, blah. Nope, not with all of them. Okay, you see the background noise here? I hope it's not too bad on your end. Before, just when I was starting the live stream, I was stopping because the noise was passing before I continued. Muscle memory. Anyway. So this is my lava rock from the big bag that I have, which is now only 30% full. I was doing pretty well. I thought I was going to be hanging on to this lava rock for far too long, and I don't want to have media sitting around. But I do need more. I couldn't believe it. We haven't even reached the orchids I need to rescue with lava rock. Yes, you did, Yoshi. Yes, you did. I wasn't that certain, to be honest with you. Because if they were in the ground, I would believe you. You know, if they were able to settle in the ground, blah, blah, blah. The fact that I bothered them while they were in active growth to put them in the bowl like that, I was thinking, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. I've just messed it up for this season. We're going to go into the next season, you know. But no, you were right. And yours have just woken up. It goes to show. What surprises me, and hey, you know, like I said, you come to a live stream, you get a spoiler alert, a video is going to come out anyway. It surprises me how small the blooms are. I don't know if that's a variety thing. I thought blooms would be slightly larger, but maybe that's the way they are. I think Botany Boy showed them quite a lot in his videos, and I thought, oh, pretty, and they're pretty big, but nope. Or maybe when the plants actually mature further, the blooms get bigger. I don't know. But it's so gorgeous. So happy. And they sparkle. Ah, they're just pretty. Keep going. Getting distracted here. Majorly distracted. Is the background noise too bad with the cars driving by and all that? Have you guys had any static? Going to get worse the warmer it gets. We're going to get more people coming to the coast and it's going to be obnoxious. I mean, this is only the start of the week leading up to Easter. Oh, which means I have to go shopping tomorrow. Yuck, I don't want to. Don't want to go shopping. Don't want to leave the patio. Sick of leaving the patio. Just about the size. It'll make more blooms and one spike when big. Yep, okay. It's okay? All right, thank you. You hear the gate clanging? That's normally when I stop. and start again. So I'm going to be messing up my brain. My brain thinks I'm filming, whereas my mouth keeps talking. Next time I film a video, it's going to keep talking, and then I'm going to have to start again. Oh, goodness me. Oh, but this is so much fun. I was messing around with the software. I have this software on desktop as well, because if I can get my head around it, I would love to have my live streams on that software, because we can have so much more fun with the other software. But to work on it, prepare it, put all the details into it, etc., etc., that is so time consuming. It's nuts. it is that intricate, but I would love to use that software for live streams. However, this makes me more flexible, and I can walk around the patio eventually with you guys, well, like I just did. And I forgot the name. Let me check. Did I just freeze? I froze. I froze. Why did I freeze? Oh, okay, I'm moving again. Somebody already... He's behind me. Look. There he is. Hey. At least now he's not freaking out about the camera. Hey. It is so strange that I can't see anybody chatting on this stream here, but that's why I brought a backup camera, just to make sure if I'm not missing anybody. Look at him. So cute. Hey, are you a good bird? Yeah, you're a good bird. Yes, you are. Yes, you're on camera. Well, people can see you. Uh-huh. Yeah, hello. Anyway, let me continue. You see how distracted I am? Excuse me for that, for showing you my laundry. Oh, and there's King. We're all here now. Anyway, so whoever asked at the beginning about Asoga Vivian, if you're still around, I'll be happy to show you her. Or maybe we can do this another day. I don't know if I'm going to put a schedule or if I'm just going to be, I don't know, spontaneous about these lives. I think it's probably best at the beginning to be spontaneous and then see how we go. Maybe change up the hours so that, you know, we can see who's able to come in and who's not, and all that fun stuff. And I also need to figure out how to make it subscriber mode only, because I don't want any of those dirty accounts coming into my chat. I don't mind a troll. I love trolls. Some of them are super duper funny, but you come in with the dirty stuff and I'm gonna whack you. I'm gonna whack you hard. And you can hear that if you've got headphones on. This is about the time that Ciliano goes a little bit bonkers in his little jungle gym back there. Bonkers as in he makes a lot of noise, but he's the quietest cockatoo of all cockatoos. So he only has his morning session of Mingi Kilele, that is Swahili for lots of noise, and he has his afternoon session. Otherwise, he'll just he'll like screech only if something is coming towards his cage, like a bug. He's afraid of insects, so if there's a bug or a fly coming, he'll let you know. There's a fly incoming. Yes, that's another thing as well, of course, allergies. Absolutely. Not good. It's not something we want to subject our anybody to, actually. That's also one of the big reasons, well, the reason I don't like to have house guests anymore is because the bird makes a big mess. I can't have a living room that is adequate for entertaining in my books. I'm not comfortable entertaining in this home anymore because he makes a huge mess. And I'm always cleaning up after him, etc. But of course, you don't know who's got an allergy, and I don't want that. I don't want that responsibility. But you know what? If somebody were to want him and pay me a good sum of money, then he is going to go to a new home. Because if things change here in the household, then time is going to be very, very limited. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, I'm not giving him away for free. I'm not exactly advertising it either. I've spent so much time working with him because he is a little bit dull. But yeah, anyway. 12 power, my goodness. Oh my goodness, okay. I used to just be with budgies, Joshi. Budgies were my thing. But macaw, oh, wow. I bet they're all really nice when they know you. I mean, Ciliano knows me, but dang. I mean, out of nowhere, you know, he just has his little moments, and it's like, dude, if you don't want to sit on my lap, please, you're free to go, but don't nick me, you know what I mean? And he's not big. I hate the nicking. Sometimes he does it because it's part of the game, you know, his head goes in and nick and nick and nick and nick and nick and nick and like that, always back and forth, and it's so much fun. Sometimes we do that, but that's fun, that's cute, that's like a little tickle, that's a game. And then all of a sudden it's like whack with his beak. I'm like, what is up with you, dude? Free flight for him is sometimes free fright for me. And for Budgies. Man, you were the bird man. You were the bird whisperer. Yoshi, wow. That is a lot of dander. Especially if you have them in the house. I know what it's like. I kind of mopped the floor one day, and the next day he does his little shaky with the wings, and it's like poof, a cloud of dust comes out. Ugh, can't wait for him to have his first thing down to the size that can all be in the same container. I should have started YouTube back then. Yeah, you. Yes, you should have started YouTube back then. Absolutely. Isn't it funny though how not only, I don't know if it's just me, or it's just cool, I don't know, but isn't it funny though how people that grow orchids have such a thing for animals as well? It's like, yeah, some people have a thing for animals and they, you know, they rescue animals, etc., but they don't grow orchids. And it feels as though there's some kind of a correlation between orchid growing and caring for animals, and especially the fact that we just struggle with throwing a plant away. At least some of us do. I try to be brave when I do that, but I don't like it. I still struggle. Shirley, it's good to see you. Hi, yes, I know. Might as well test something out while I've got everything under control and see how all this works out. I promise you we're going to expand to the patio, but it's a start. I'm not sitting in the dark with a bubble. I'm not this thing going boom, 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 you know. Sit there and then I can't show anything. This is a start. We'll get it. We'll work around it. But it's so sweet of you to come on and say hi. I really appreciate that. Seeing as it's Sunday morning for you, or round about lunchtime? Morning. Well, it's morning for Joshi. All the way over there. By the way, Joshi, are you affected in any way? I mean, your place is so, you know, you're accustomed to rain, but is any of this extra causing difficulties in your area? Just a question. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So thank you, Fernanda. I don't want to be biased, but it's like, they've got a bird, they've got a bird, they've got a bird, they've got more than 2 birds, 5 birds, or animals and this and that. It's like all kicking off in orchid growers. So I'm just checking to see, because I think I have all my sizes pretty much sorted out. This can stay until it dries a little bit. Getting close to lunchtime, okay. It's cold for longer this time of year, okay. But all the rain levels in your area were normal, yeah? Because I have been watching what's going on in California. I mean, yes, they needed it. It reminds me of the drought we had that only broke in '96. We had like a 6 or 7 year drought, and Spain even the economy was tanked. And then it started to rain, and some kids didn't know what rain was. They grew up throughout the drought. They were 6 to 8 years old. They had never experienced rain to a degree where they could experience it. Parties in the streets and you name it. And then, you know, the public was told that just because there's a rain shower doesn't mean we're out of the woods. We need this to continue for 3 months. Nobody believed it. It's never going to rain that long. and it started to rain, and it didn't stop. And then we had secondary issues with landslides. Oh, it's raining now? The problem with the landslides afterwards were a nightmare as well. So the blessing came and then the curse followed right after. The infrastructure had eroded so much during the drought that the landslides were pretty bad. I know that Portugal was having difficulty as well. Oh, okay. You're so sweet. You are so sweet, cooking breakfast for your family. Awesomeness. Awesome. So anyway, this is just going to be left to dry. You can see after boiling, rinsing, etc., etc. Look at how much gunk remains. It's never ending. So once this dries, I also rinse all of them again separately before I let them dry. And you will see that when I use this lava rock, I still get dust under my nails because as clean as I think it is at the moment. Why am I behind? Why was I just 9 minutes behind? How weird was that? I froze for a moment there. I froze, but I hope I wasn't 9 minutes behind with everything. No, we are pretty much in tune. We do not have as big a lag here now as we have when I'm on my desktop. Oh well, okay. Anywho, this is, as I mentioned, more rinsing to be done. I don't boil it anymore, but you see how much crud, I was close to saying a no-no word, is still at the base of this catch tray, and I'd like to get that as clean as possible. Yes, the ones in California. Absolutely. That's true. And that's where I was also thinking, Sandy, because they have been in a drought. They are in desperate need of the water, and now the houses are looking to be going into, you know, cliffs and valleys. Absolutely. Anybody want to see anything before I sign off? Question? Just a question? Let's see, hang on a second. I make sure, I just have to, the rude stuff, I don't want, I wouldn't want that. So here are the Tolumnias. I'm getting less and less baskets, but I have 2 more that are stored away indoors. You see how much noise there is? I hope you can hear me. You too, Fernanda. Have a wonderful evening. So my Masai Red is going over. I still got some pretty blooms right at the end, but they're not as pristine as they used to be. And then, of course, my little Lalias, my tables of joy. I've got some new growths coming. I think my Itambana, my little one here on the corner far right, I think, maybe it's wishful thinking. The growths are so tiny, I might need to give it another week to confirm, but I think there is a growth or 2 coming there. Dang, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear that noise of that gate? I tell you, I get PTSD even while I'm editing when I hear that clang and I have to take it out. It is so annoying. What do I have on the table? What was that you have on the table? Back on the patio? Back on the east side? That's the only table I can think of. I think you know my Rapiculus Lalias. Let me walk you back without jiggling you. Hang on a second. Ta-da! Platillas. Isn't that cool? They started opening 2 days ago. I hope I have time to film the video tomorrow, but spoiler alert. I hope I'm moving slowly. Sorry about that. Isn't that so cool? Look at the rich color of those buds. Hey, Baloo's in the background. Chico bueno. Chico bueno. Isn't that amazing? Oh, first time bloomer. There he is. There he is. Chico bueno. And here comes Mr. Jealous, right? He's so horrible. He's such a bully. King, every time I go and, you know, King can be outside, right? Quite far away. And then Baloo comes to me at where I sit on the sofa, and he sort of, you know, with his paw nudges me and says, can I, you know, can I have a cuddle? So I cuddle him so gently. I don't say a word to him. It's almost like our little special secret. I don't say a word to him. And I just very gently, stroke his head. And he just sits there ever so quietly. It doesn't take 30 seconds. Well, I exaggerate. Maybe a minute. King can be snoozing in the sun outside. And he comes barging in. And bullies Baloo out of the corner there and takes his place. He is, I don't know. Anyway, and yeah, he's right here now behind the tripod. Anyway, peoples, it was wonderful. This worked out well. I have a few kinks to iron out, like seeing if there's anybody on the stream, which I can't at this point in time, but I think it was one. Baloo is 7. He's 7 years old now. What a special little man. He's so cute. Such a gentle soul. I've got yin and yang here. I've got Baloo is ever so gentle, and then comes King, and he'll just barge at you. It's but in a loving way. King is like a loving, like if you have I used to have a pet goat. And he would just, goats do what they do. They come and they nudge you with their little head. And it's nice while they're kids, but when they get older, they get little horns and they kind of hurt. But it's just a gentle nudge, like, I'm here, And King is like that. He just barges at you and then screeches to a halt. And then he's on his back and all cussing over, like. Anywho, I'm going to love and leave you now. Like I said, I'm going to try and iron out some kinks, and then we'll take it from there. But I'm going to do this again. If you're up for it, if you want to, I'm going to do this again. I'm loving this. Absolutely loving this. I know that it's not going to fit for everybody every time, but we'll see how this goes now when I go back into the studio and check in the background how this worked out. If you can handle the distraction with the disgusting noise in the background, I'm going to do this again. Dolly, how cute. Have yourselves a fabulous Sunday, everybody, okay? Thank you so much for showing up impromptu. Thank you for being here, as always. Have yourself a beautiful rest of your day, evening, whatever, on that one condition, though, please, that you stay safe. Take care. Bye.